Welcome back to Jeff Koinange live right here in the barn. That's right, Michael Kinyiza and Bernard Dong's barn. But today it's taken over by Mashujaa, Rugby 7 superstars. These guys are the greatest ambassadors we've had in a long time. Oscar Ayodi, captain, Samuel Oliech, Collins Injera, Andrew Amonde, Eden Adero right here next to me, coach Innocent Simeyu, and strength and coordinating coach Jeffrey Kimani. All here in the studio, literally coming in from the training camp because this coming weekend they're off to San Francisco for the Rugby Sevens World Cup. Guys, when you watch those clips, and some of you were laughing in between, right? When you watch it, what goes through your mind?
I think the biggest thing that when you see those good moments, remember...
Hold the mic up, sorry. Yeah.
All the hard work that you've put in, and those are just the goals that we have put up across that we are able to achieve and be able to say that we are successful because we are able to get those tries and we are able to raise the standard of the game and be able to put the country on the map.
Samuel, what do you think? What goes through your mind?
I look like that on TV. sometimes, but other times, I think it's kind of surreal being able to see yourself on TV, because the main people who want to have that chance to see themselves on like worldwide TV, and we're lucky enough to be able to have that. Yeah.
Oscar, do you guys realize how big you guys are? And I don't mean physically. Right? I mean, do you guys Monday. Do you realize how, I mean, I'm sure you guys, when you walk down the streets of, where is it, Las Vegas or Toronto or Hong Kong, people just scream at you. Women throw stuff at you.
Not really. Yeah, but we are honored and proud to be ambassador of these countries, and anytime we go out there, we make sure that we are at our best and we are representing this country to the best of our abilities. Yeah.
Collins, what about you, man? I mean, they always mention your name.
Legend, the legend, oh, the legend.
Yeah.
Have you seen him? Oh, look at him take those. Oh, he's got a custom on the try box. It's Collins Injera.
That's number 272.
Oh, come on, making it look so easy.
I think just like Andrew and Samuel mentioned, it's always nice to see yourself on TV. Sometimes you even wonder how did I even get through that gap, or how did I even do that. But I think just seeing yourself on TV, that representing your country, doing the sport you love, and then traveling the world, it's always a good thing.
Yeah.
I was always honored and proud to represent the country. Yeah.
When you see those fans in the stands with the Kenyan flag and they're just chanting, "Let's go Kenya, let's go," what goes through your mind?
It's amazing getting support when you're far away in a place like Australia, just playing the game, and then we see a group of guys there with Kenyan flags shouting, "Let's go Kenya, let's go Kenya." It's always a good feeling as a player, and I think also these guys have feel the same way. It's always nice to have that support from a person from home, or just getting that morale boost from the crowd. Yeah.
Eden, when you were growing up, did you want to be like these guys?
I think for every young guy who grew up wanting to play for the national team, in our generation, I think the coach was still playing. He was one of the biggest names which was out there. Collins' brother. Collins was just coming in.
Tall.
Andrew Amonde. There were so many big names, man. So watching them give someone like me the drive and the motivation to want to play in that stage.
Coach, I was asking you earlier on, is he the future? Is this what you're looking for in your
I think Kenya is quite a unique place. We have a lot of talent in terms of rugby, and players like Eden bring out the type of play that we want to see, where there are certain people called playmakers who are controlling the game and creating space for the big boys and the runners to run. So that is more like the future that we want to see of the game. And of course we expect even him personally, in terms of his career, he will keep developing and go to new heights. And perhaps even play professional rugby.
Okay, Jeffrey Kimani, how come we can't beat Fiji all the time, or we can't beat South Africa at all? What is it about those guys? Is their bench deeper? Are they better than us? What is it about us? You're the strength and conditioner coach.
I think it's just a mental hump that we need to go over. If you look at the times that we've beaten them convincingly. The last time we beat South Africa was in Cape Town in front of their fans, and I think they had all the big shots coming into play for them. So I think it's a mental hump we need to go through.
Yeah.
The coach is already working on it. We are still looking at getting a psychologist on board. So those are the small things that really get into sports performance that are the difference between winning with a big margin or just losing.
Yeah. Coach, how far do you think these guys can go in San Francisco?
They can go all the way, but for us the most important thing right now is just the performance. So from game 1 versus Tonga, they need to perform. We have performance standards that they have to hit. So long as they hit that, then of course we'll get the results that we want.
Yeah.
So we are quite optimistic, and we're sure we'll have a good performance from the boys.
Oscar, the team you fear most?
Homeboys.
I think I say Kenya, because because we are worst enemies, and we are worst. We can be worst and doing.
Yeah.
Because
you can play really well one day.
Yeah, one day, and the other you can really you know that word.
Yeah.
so when you're on form, but at times I fear when you're not in form, then you can really be solo.
Yeah. Andrew, what is this relationship with Fiji? I mean, okay, they beat you a couple of times, and then you beat them once, I think, and then every time the game ends, you all kneel down and pray together. What is that thing?
For us, because the game that we play, we always put God first. When you are able to walk in and walk out of that field, and you are yourself, you haven't picked any serious injury, the only thing that we can do best is go down on our knees and thank God for the good life and for every teammate that was there and for the game that has just ended.
Yeah. They seem to respect you guys a lot, the Fijians.
Yeah, the Fijians are very godly. They are people who believe in God, and they carry themselves in a godly way, and we know, as we know them, they are very, very good guys, and we love to relate with them, and we play with them very much.
Yeah, and Collins, they were saying, the commentators, they say that you guys, your style of play is very similar to Fiji. Is that true?
I'd say a bit, yes, because our style of play is we try attack the space the way the Fijians do, and it's very exciting even for us when the captain has said when we are on song, we are really on song. Even sometimes I wonder, hey, is this us playing? Because we really play some good ball.
Yeah,
and I think that's why the commentators always say that the Kenyans are unpredictable, and when they're on song, sometimes they can beat any team they want. So for us, our style of play is kind of the same. Yes, we might not have the fancy steps or the footwork, but when we attack, we usually attack space, and when we attack space, that's when we play best.
Yeah. Eden, when you first walked onto the field and you saw those Fijians, I know you guys, look at these guys, they're pretty big, right? But the Fijians, explain to our audience, are they that big? Are they that intimidating? Are they huge?
They're not too big. They're not too big, but they're really tall. And they're mean looking. So for the first time, definitely can be a little bit intimidating. But when you realize you've prepared well enough, you're a player just like him, you're there to compete for a single cup.
Yeah.
You just play your game.
Do you fear anybody?
As an individual?
Yes, like when you're on the field. or Senatla, or
no, I think
Dick, what's his name? Cock.
I think on the pitch, different players have different qualities. So when he's playing against you, you must know how to stop him. Because the coaches do their research. Our conditioning coach prepares for our opponents.
Yes.
So he might be good, but you must stop him.
You must stop him.
You can't play with fear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oliech, Werner Kok.
Yeah.
He hits hard, yeah?
Yeah.
Who else hits hard out there?
I think anybody can hit you hard. Honestly.
Yeah.
And there's one thing our coach said to us once. I'm not sure if it was with this team, but I remember him telling it to me.
Yes.
said if you come into a rugby pitch just all willy-nilly, you can die. Because anybody on a good day could knock your lights out. Yeah, so I wouldn't say he's the only hard-hitting person. Even my own teammates, there's some people here who I wouldn't like running at me. Yeah, but I think this, again, like what Eden said, when you're prepared, you don't fear anyone. You would respect a player, but you never fear a player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach, there's quite a few times this season you guys were relegated to the Challenge Trophy.
Yeah.
Like, how many times? No, more than once.
3.
You won the challenge?
3.
3 times.
Yes.
And you won it. Did you win all 3 times or 2 times?
No, no. We won it once.
You won 2 challenges, right?
Yeah.
What was it like for morale for these guys when you guys, when you realized at the end of day 1, now we're going to play, for the plate, what used to be the plate?
Yeah, of course, it's really tough, especially 2 years ago when we started. When you go to a lower competition, no one feels like they want to play. But in life, what you do is that you look at it in terms of the context. So when you prepare them to play 6 games and to chase the maximum points, because the results is not the determining factor. It is your performance on the pitch. So long as you're performing, no matter what level you're in, and you're satisfied with your performance, then you're good.
Yeah.
And we have a very good internal review process that involves everyone in the setup. So it's never hard to motivate guys to play. It just comes from within the system.
Yeah.
And we start refocusing and rallying for the new goal.
By the way, you're still coach, right?
Yeah.
Just checking, man. I'm just checking because
Nico.
It was good to see you back. Did you guys fight for him, or how did that work, man? All right. And still the coach of the Sevens, Innocent Simeon. Yeah. So you guys have full-time jobs, right? Or part-time jobs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or some of you?
Yeah.
Captain, what do you do when you're not playing rugby?
I help coach some local schools. I'm not into a job as of now.
But you get paid for that?
No, I volunteer. Because
una inheritance, eh?
Not really. We spend so much time. We spend so much time in training that when you get home, you can't actually do much.
Okay.
Because you only get home at 3 p.m.
Right.
So no office, no job can employ you to work for an hour
and pay you.
And pay you, of course.
So you volunteer to help some kids' schools?
Yeah, of course.
Oliech?
I'm still studying.
Where?
Computer Pride. It's in town. Yeah.
Doing what? What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to get into the IT field. Oh, yeah. So.
Okay.
Still, I couldn't manage making all the classes, so kind of stepped away from that. Now I'm studying online, hoping to finish soon.
Yeah.
And maybe get something that I can do on my own while playing the game.
Yeah. My director Monica says you can come and work for her anytime you want. Holla. Collins, what do you do when you're not scoring, 272 goals?
Sleep, recover. But I think, like you said, for me, I'm on part-time. I had a job, but it was getting too hectic. Like I already said, you wake up at 5 a.m., you train till around 1 p.m. So it's by the time you go to work, it's very difficult. So for me, it's when I have a free time, I'll pop in. I'm lucky I have a good boss who understands, and I also help around in some schools, as well as in terms of coaching. Yeah, and a little bit of farming as well.
Oh,
yeah.
What are you farming?
In Soy, I'm farming pigs.
Oh, nice. Andrew.
Full-time rugby player, both with the Kenya Sevens and KCB Rugby. Yeah.
And the kid?
Currently, I'm just playing rugby. Hoping to go back to school sooner. I'm trying to make money to go back to school.
Nice. So, okay, guys, it leads to the obvious question. You don't get paid enough for the kinds of things that you do on that screen. Look at Samuel. Oliek wants a pay rise.
I wouldn't mind one. I'm not opposed to it.
But what is the problem, guys? I mean, Bidco threw in some sponsorship this year, right? Was it Bidco?
Yep.
And who else is on?
Brand Kenya.
Yeah,
Bidco.
Are you checking Jafika about it? Oh, you Jafika? Oh, okay, sawa. And who else?
The other small sponsors. Tusker.
Okay.
Yeah, but of course we're always looking for any support, because if you look at the nature of the sport where it is, and if you want to get the results that you want at that level, the players have to be full-time and they have to have longer term contracts.
Yeah.
So for us, our key task or next is to get them to have 2-year contracts, so that they can have them security and also some savings to
but Oscar, I mean, look, you guys, all that blood, sweat and tears.
For the country.
For the country, thank you. I mean, why do you do it, man? I mean, why do you do it? The money, I mean, the South Africans probably get paid 100 times more than you do. That's why they play with that kind of madness that they do. You know what I'm saying? That's Roho Safi. Why do you do it, Oscar?
I think it's for the love of this country, and we get some pay out of it as well. But you see, for every player out there, whichever game, your biggest target is to get to the national team. So we are here, and we're just you just have to enjoy and make merry out of it.
Yeah. But Andrew, I mean, come on, man, look at you. Look at you. I mean, you built this body for the love of country. Shouldn't you get some, what it's worth?
I think I've got what is from the years that I've played. I think they've been that growth from when I started to where we are today. I would say there's a very big growth from what I could pray for and ask other sponsors to come in to be able to assist the rugby union to be able to raise the standard of the games if you want this game to succeed the way the other countries are succeeding.
Yeah.
Because they are well sponsored, they've got steady sponsors.
Yeah.
If you could get the same thing back home, I think this country has a lot of talent, and if we could tap all the talents,
yeah,
we would be a very great team. A team that could compete daily and to be able to be the South Africa that you're talking about.
That's right. No, honestly, Collins, how long have you played this game now? For the national team?
For the national team, 10 years.
10 years. Yeah. 10 years. You look at Senatla, you look at de Kock, you look at all those guys in that team, and also the New Zealand, and they consistently 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. And you guys, this year you were number 7, 8? 8. Yeah. Top 10 in the last 5-6 years. Come on, man, it's not worth it, Collins. I mean, it's not worth it. Or somebody should do something.
Yeah, probably somebody should do something.
Why not you?
But for us, it's a passion. We love playing the sport. Yeah. We just love playing the game. And like you said, teams like New Zealand, South Africa, consistent 1 and 2. They have their facilities are just out of this world. But for us, we have to work with what we have. And players love this sport, and there are so many young guys who really want to represent the country, and they're coming up as well. So for us, it's always about the passion and just going out there and showcasing. Showcasing.
She sells fishes.
Showcasing what we have.
Yes. Showcasing at the same time.
Yes.
And this is one of the young people. Do you feel appreciated when you're out there playing this game?
When you're out there, I think you feel it more, maybe because guys know you or follow the sport more.
Yeah.
Of course, when you come home, you come back to reality. Yeah, because there's no one to blame really. Just maybe.
But let's face
more
it,
can be done.
But yeah, more can be done, and they don't do enough. I mean, Brand Kenya, yes, fine, but you guys are your shoo-ins. These guys are the ambassadors. Easy, when they're playing, it's us, it's our flag. What's wrong with this picture, Innocent? What is wrong? Why can't they put me in charge of Brand Kenya? Man, you guys.
No. I've been in the national setup for 17 years now, and I've seen the challenges that have been there. So I think
is it money? Is it lack of will?
Of course, money is a big factor. There has to be money in the game if you want to play at that level, because there's a lot of resources that you require. Key one, in terms of the players, you need them on a longer term contracts. in terms of resources, you need a high performance center so that you can be able to churn out these type of players that you see here. But also in terms of governance, as to avoid the scenarios that we have in the local politics, we need to move to a system that is more inclusive in terms of having all stakeholders involved in the running of the game, rather than the club system that we have, where clubs are the ones who determine the outfit of the nation. So there are a lot of things that need to happen, but I believe we, as a people in rugby, have the capacity to resolve the issues and take the game forward.
Geoffrey Kimani, is this team in a good place right now? I mean, are they at that point where you say, you know what, this is a good place? They've reached, they're peaking and they're getting there.
Yes, definitely, and I think our biggest undoing mostly is consistency. So you might have a good run of about maybe 1 year or 2 years, and then there's a change of guard. The teams you're talking about have consistent coaches for over 10, 15 years. So those are players who've played together for a long time, and it makes it very easy for people like us to design programs and make those things work. So really, as much as we want to talk about facilities and all that, there should be some bit of consistency in terms of their players. Also in their style of play. This coach can come with this kind of philosophy, and then after 2 years he's gone. Another coach comes with another kind of philosophy. So
thank God Innocent is staying, right?
Time will tell.
So ideally, if we're going to talk about consistency in performance, then there should be consistency in preparation. Absolutely. And some form of security, like the coach is saying.
Tell me something. How were you guys able to stop Perry Baker from the US? How were you able to stop him? Because he grabs the ball and he's gone.
Easy, just call Samuel Leach.
Sammy Oliak. Was he tough?
Fine, he's a good player.
He can't tackle for to save his life, but once he grabs that ball,
he's a good player. But I think the one thing that helped me do my job was knowing that these my teammates had my back. Because if you saw the video, they had covered my inside, so I just knew I had to go full into it, and so without the team, then I don't think it would have been that easy to make that tackle.
Sure. How's OU doing? OU with the ball. OU has legs. How is he? Right?
Good.
Yeah. And Uma, Oscar Uma,
still big.
Maina Kageni. Maina Kageni has just checked in. He says, I'll tell you something for free. That right there is the single most effective group of Kenyans. After their careers, can they collectively run and form a government? That's Maina Kageni saying that. And many more tweets coming in very thick and very fast. We're going to take a quick break, come back and talk some more. The future of rugby, guys. And by the way, you didn't finish. You said you're going to play Tonga first, then Scotland, and then South. Oh yeah. We stop. And then after that is. So you play 3, and the span is what? Is it 2 weeks?
No.
It's just a weekend. It's 1 weekend. One long weekend. Just like you usually do. Just like. And then when does the season begin again? December.
November.
November. Wow. Are we ever going to get a series in Kenya?
Land group.
No, Safi. No. Oh man. No. It's a lot. Siasa, cartels, Mercury. Tell you, man. I'll tell you this for free, like Maina Kageni just said. These guys, you don't get better ambassadors than our Kenya Rugby Sevens, bar none. And the coaching staff, Innocent Simiyu, Geoffrey Kimani, look at the job they've done. All this with the minimum resources. Keep asking the question, what is wrong with this picture? What is wrong with this picture? These guys can do so much with just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Is anybody out there listening? Am I talking to myself?
No.
Okay.
We hope not.
Someone is listening.
I hope someone's listening, man, because it's not fair. But you guys, you do well, man. You've done well. Okay, so should we take a break, Monica? Okay. What do you want to do? All right, we're going to take a break. Monica, would you like Samuel Oliet to come see you so that you could,
show me your face?
Jeff Kinange live takes a break. We'll be back.
Oh my God.